Thank you for coming this morning. My name is Dr. Dennis Ngabirano. I'm the CEO and the co-founder of Sumz Food Industries Limited. Sumz, we are manufacturers of a wide range of snacks. Our company is located along Hoima Road. We have our production plant at Nkowe, and then the sales and marketing office as well as the head office at Nansana. We have been in this industry for the last 15 years, and come next month we will be holding a celebration to mark the 15 years of excellence in the industry of snacking. Yes. Yes.
It will be 15 years of excellence.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm a consumer of your products, and I can assure you that products are really good.
Thank you
Yes.
for the
So we can go to
compliments.
the next question. What was required of you to get the UNBS mark, the UNBS quality mark?
Thank you so much. The requirements by then, way back in 2013, 2014, were are still the same standards, the same requirements, even as of today. But by then, we were required to have the product itself, because it was number one. You must have a product on the market. You must have a product, the physical product, because it's the product that has to be certified. So we had to first go through the product development processes, and then after developing the product, then we needed now to move ahead to see to it that we fulfill the other requirements. And some of the other requirements were having a company in place, and a company which is registered, either limited by shares or limited by guarantee, whatever. So having a company registered is a requirement. And then we were also tasked to have a TIN number. A TIN number to show that we are ready, because certifying a product, there must be a win-win. So the company must win, and even at the national level, even the taxman must have something to collect. So the TIN number to show a certain level of compliance was a requirement. So I had to get the TIN number. And then we also had to get a product standard. A product standard is a document that defines how the product what is expected of the manufacturer in terms of the different parameters that the product must be presenting. So we looked for the product standards, and the product standards are sold at UNBS, but you can also access the standards online after paying for them. The cost is relatively affordable, so I encourage those of you who have not had the standards to get them. Every product on the market must have a standard. You cannot just work without any proper guidance. So there is a standard for every product, save for a few new products are just coming in on the market, but most of the products have standards available. And then you must have what you call proof of product conformance. So that one entails the manufacturer to take the product samples to the laboratory, the UNBS laboratory, and things have been simplified of late, because we have quite a number of other private laboratories that UNBS has certified. So such laboratories, once we submit our samples, we have to test for conformancy of microbiology. We have to test for conformancy, product conformancy of chemistry. So once the product has passing results, at least a set of passing results, then it qualifies to be submitted for certification. And the other one is which we have to look at is what we call the product good manufacturing practices. So if you have a product, you must have a facility in place. And if you have a facility where the product is manufactured, the facility should conform also to the good manufacturing practices, the hygiene of the place, the hygiene of the employees themselves, the way the food is handled. It is very, very important. Now, when we get to back to the product standard, the product standard will even describe how best you have to pack the product. I will take an example of this product. It is a peanut butter product on the market. But this peanut butter product must have specific areas of interest addressed that cut across. Whether you're a smaller manufacturer, whether you are a startup of yesterday, whether you are intending to start up, you must have those standards addressed. For example, there must be a clear address where the product is going to be manufactured from, or where the product is being manufactured. There must be the telephone contacts, there must be the email address, and the product, the labeling, the fonts. You just can't just choose the fonts, those stylish fonts of your choice, and then put them on the product. No. There is a clear guidance that these are the fonts that must be easily read by the consumer, and then you must have what we call the nutritional content. We've had cases of copy and paste where some of the manufacturers just copy. Someone Googles a product on the market, and then they say it's a peanut butter. They bring the same nutritional content and they paste it on their new product. No. For example, peanuts that are grown in Uganda totally differ from the peanuts that are grown in India. Peanuts grown in America, they totally differ from the peanuts grown in South Africa. So you'll find that the parameters, the percentage to be declared on the label will always be different depending on the raw material that you have used. And then on this product label, we are expected to have the weight declared, because consumers are always very conscious. They want to know how much weight they are buying and for what price. So that one is also very, very important. And then you must also have a clear labeling of the manufactured date, the expiry date, and the batch number. So all those requirements are clearly stipulated within the standard. So a standard is a guiding document that every manufacturer must have before you roll out your product to the market. Oh, because we've had experiences whereby some of our products have fallen victim because I remember in the early days when we were just starting, we would not follow those, and there reached a time when we had printed so much of the labels and they were not conforming. But at the end of the day, we had to forego those those labels, the usage. You had to forego the usage of those labels, and then through preparing the corrective action, we had to find ourselves printing new labels. it is really so much of a stressful kind of experience that we had to go through, but we had to learn the hard way. So I encourage those who have not gone through that, at least to follow the right, because the moment you take shortcuts, at the end of the day, you find yourself repeating whatever you have spent on money, yet there would be a shorter way to do things right and then save costs. So every product you see on my desk, this is a peanut butter. It must have its nutritional content declared independently. So you have to go to the labs and get that. Then these are pumpkin seeds, and then the pumpkin seeds, if they are roasted, if they are fried, then the nutritional content has to be prepared. And then these are corn flakes, or the one people commonly call them hard corns. So all our products have Q marks, and then all the products have proper packaging, they have proper information, they have all the characteristics, all the requirements that are expected of every manufacturer to declare. So whatever you see here, a full range. This is a malt nut butter. Then we have these cookies. The labeling is world class, and actually I'm happy to inform you that we are pace setters in the snacks industry, because most of the new manufacturers on the market that are failing to conform. I'm glad UNBS gives us as points out as a point of reference, and we have been able to guide freely to those who contact us, as well as those who are able to pick our packs on the market. They will always find them conforming. So we are pace setters, and we are glad to mention that. So all the products, these are fried peas, and the information, it is a certified product. All the information that is required of us to be declared is available. So that is very, very important. I wish to show you the document for the document. Is not usually a very big document. This is a product standard. It looks like this. It usually comes with a few pages, depending on the product. Some of the standards have a few pages, like 3-4 pages, but depending on the nature of the product that you are trying to put out on the market, you should have this document. So this is the constitution. So whatever you do, when the officer comes to your manufacturing unit, they will ask you that, according to clause, actually when you go to parliament, they say, according to article 19, subsection ABCD. So they will ask you to open, and that's how they will get to know that whatever you are putting on the market is not conforming. So have the constitution of manufacturing. Every manufacturer must have this document for every product. But we are, for a few, like I said, whose standards are not yet in place, those ones UNBS is working day and night. We have been consulted, we have been engaged to make sure that at least we also forward our input in terms of product, the standard development. So there is that level for us who have gone through it, and we have at least contributed. So basically, that is what is expected of every manufacturer, to have a product certified.
Thank you very much. Could you briefly tell us your experience of eventually getting the quality mark? Was it a smooth one? Was UNBS very helpful? Just share with us how it was.
Well, for us, we are happy to share that the very first time we thought of starting on UNBS certification process, the UNBS officer, who happened to be one of our customers by then, Miss Nansovoga, fell in love with our plantain product, but she was feeling uncomfortable as a UNBS officer, buying a product for her family which wasn't certified. So she looked for us. She came and said that, yeah, I work with UNBS, but when the moment she mentioned that she worked with UNBS, I felt terrified, and I was like, oh my God, we are finished. She has come to arrest us, but it was totally different story. So she came in and she was like, I'm here to help you because you have a very potential product on the market. My family and herself, she loved the product, was that she was feeling uncomfortable to take it in the open space because as an officer, she was expected to be a living example. So she helped us a great deal. At Noko, she would come in here and support us in all the processes. So she took us through all the required processes. So she raised quite a number of non-conformances because we were taking shortcuts, okay? But the moment we had our first product certified, actually the process didn't take long. By then it took us 3 months. But I'm glad to inform you that you can have a product certified within 30 days or less, because now the systems are much more simplified, the processes are smooth, there is online platforms, you don't need to first have the officers on site physically. So it is a great deal of late. So I must commend you for that. Now, the moment we had our first product certified and rolled out on the market, oh my God, there are these customers, the high end. By then we had the ShopRite, and ShopRite could not buy our products because they were not certified. But the moment we got the Q mark, oh my God, we flooded ShopRite with Gonja. And then a month later, we flooded it with the crisps, potato crisps. The sales shot when the skies were. It was really a different story. We have trading comfortably, because remember, by then we were not having the QMark, and the failure to have a QMark, you could not, because we were trying also to dodge the taxman, you know, because the moment you go for a QMark, automatically the taxman comes in. But we are failing, we are losing out on trading with such big partners. But the moment we qualified, sales improved, we were able to onboard corporate institutions because the confidence in the product improved. So the sales grew up, and then we also started paying taxes. We were contributing to the GDP. So and then even because the level of compliance equally improved, because you know, when you are in a hiding, you are operating in the shadow, things don't work out well. We're able now to start attracting professional staff because people were trusting our processes. You know, some of good employees, they cannot even feel comfortable working with you when you are just a copycat, or when you are just gambling. But in the moment the processes tend to be clear, you gain a certain level of respect and visibility within the market. But then some of these processes that we have had to go through, because for us, all our products are certified by UNBS and they bear Q marks, but we have not stopped there. We have gone an extra mile to do what we call a system certification. So we have ISO certification, and our systems are certified. And that kind of experience has really brought quite a number of changes, positive changes, moreover, within our industry, because we've found ourselves getting involved into what we call backward integration. And within the backward integration strategy, we are working directly with the farmers, but we have a bias. We love to work with women groups. Yes, we have a special, we have that bias. So we love working with women because the impact is usually much more felt than as opposed to working with the men, most especially in the rural areas. So we've had that program rolled out, and we are getting most of our inputs directly from the farmers. So that one has helped us, first and foremost, to improve on what we call traceability. Because traceability usually comes in two perspectives. If the product performance improves, you feel intrigued to know what is that the customers have liked. So you are able to work backwards and get to know what the customers, is it the aroma? Is it the smoothness? Is it the crunchiness? What is it? So you concentrate on it. But again, on the other side of, in case a customer raises a complaint, it's not bad to raise a non-conformance from the customer, because those are whistleblowing. They are red flagging. And when you use, the moment you get to have those red flags coming in, you are able to improve. But first and foremost, with the system certification, you will be able to trace back to know. For us, we are able. It only takes us 20 minutes maximum to trace the root cause of the problem. Should you raise any complaint on non-conformance, 20 minutes maximum will be able to know where the problem. So that is the beauty. So you work with a certain level of confidence. And then when it comes to inputs, oh my God, things have totally changed. We used to have what we call a lot of issues in the sourcing of raw materials. And now that we are an ISO certified organization, there's what we call process optimization. So all our processes are smooth, okay? They are very smooth. The procurement has been streamlined. And now, but again, there's one funny thing I would love to share with you. You know, some time back, my mom used to supply maize grain. And then the maize grain would come in at times when it is infested. And then the grains would come in at times when they are dirty. Oh, you know what the system did? The system was like, ready flagging my mom, ready flagging my cousins and sisters. At first I became furious and I was like, who is red flagging? Why? And I was trying to resist. But then eventually I got to realize that the system is at work. The system started working, and then I was able to now started even sensitizing the rest of the suppliers that, you know what, such non-conformances should be expected. And if you don't conform, we are not going to trade with you. We do not have business with you. And that has eased our work, because now suppliers out there, they know that Sumz inputs have to be of a high quality. It became difficult in the first days, but now at least we have what we call working smart in place. Wow. We are now working smart because we don't need to shout at people. We only set our standards and very clear, okay? Right. And then people are complying. Everyone is doing their work. And, you know, I can even now take a holiday and go for, I can take a holiday. Things needs not to happen. That's now the beauty of working smart, because systems are in place. And then the product quality has improved. And when the product quality improves, even the margins, the profits also improve, because there is this saying that garbage in, garbage out. That is another good point to note, because the moment the inputs are okay, you'll have less wastage, and then the sales will equally shoot at the same time. And then, what can I say? So that the advantages on the changes or the revolutions are quite many. They are very, very much enormous. But I cannot really mention it all, because whatever we do has to be documented. whatever we do has to be documented. We are able to review through our management meetings. We are able to review and then work on a few issues just in case they are presented. But it is really easing our work, and we have been able to register a certain level of growth in the past 6 months ever since we qualified for ISO certification. Our exports have grown because we are now building trust. We have built confidence within the international clientele. So the products are really doing so well, because at least whatever you eat, they usually say, "Orikushua."
Such an interesting
Yes,
journey.
very, very interesting indeed.
My final question is, any advice for micro, small, and medium enterprises in regarding to certifying their industries, having their products get the quality mark? So what advice can you give them? Because you find most times these MSMEs, some of them are not interested in certifying their products. We are running after them, you know, and I want to believe maybe some of them do not even know the benefits of having a UNBS quality mark. So when it comes from a person like you, or an industry who has gone through it and who has seen the benefits, I think they can probably appreciate more.
Yeah, great. I often tell entrepreneurs through my quote that today's small businesses are tomorrow's titans. Yes. Because we were such a small business way back in 2010. And this business started small with $11. But today we boast $11. So today we boast of a multi-billion empire. And then when we see ourselves mentoring quite a number of entrepreneurs out there and those aspiring to get into entrepreneurship, we really feel energized. But then it is not a journey of 1 day or 2 days. Every journey begins with a footstep. We've walked the journey, and where we are, we really feel we are there, but we are not fully there. We want to even polish and get there extremely. We want to be in the skies. But we really feel that there should be continuous improvement. So even us, we are improving day and night. So innovations, process improvements, they will not stop at any one point. And the moment you stop on the process improvement, it means maybe the organization has started its death. Yes, maybe if the death is going to take a year or 6 months, it means that it has started dying. Okay? But then I have to encourage manufacturers, entrepreneurs out there in different fields, even services. They are not only the products that have to be certified, even services. Service industries can equally be certified. So I encourage you to start on these processes, process by process. You cannot have it all done within a day or two, in a month or 3. But let's start. Let's start. Where there is a will, there will always be a way. So let's have the willingness, because these people are no longer complicated. Those gone are the days when we used to hear UNBS is knocking and then you take off and hide under the table. No, or you lock yourself in the toilet and tell the secretary, said, "Our boss is not around." No. For us, when I hear that UNBS is coming, say, okay, I call quality manager, please handle. And even if I'm not around, the systems at work. So that's the beauty. So let's invest. I know there is a fee that the UNBS charges, but we are also trying to lobby at the government level to ensure that at least some of these fees that the UNBS is charging, they should be subsidized, so that at least it becomes attractive to everyone in manufacturing. Because at the end of the day, when these small scale industries grow up, they feed into the national economic growth. So, which is something that I've gone through personally, because having started with $11 and today we are large taxpayers, it is something that we boast of because we are contributing greatly to the GDP. So, what needs to be done is to have the willingness, let's have the processes, let's go through this. These officers are available and they offer free training. There's a free training before you invest in any product to get information first and foremost. Get to know the do's and don'ts, get to the constitution of what. We are not very complicated people in the business industry. You can at least choose. You can choose one person to mentor you, to take you through the basics before even you get to UNBS. Get a business mentor out there that you can work with to assist you with the basics. Some of the potential mentors may seem to be complicated, most especially when they get to know that you are trying to people into the same line of business. Yes, to push your nose. They call it pushing your nose into someone's business. But I am one person who believes that my blessing is not your blessing. No. That is totally different. So get a mentor who can take you through some of these processes. In case it doesn't work out for you, you can freely walk to UNBS and the officers will assist you. They will offer you free guidance as you develop a working relationship with them. Because at least you must have a contact of the way you have a contact of a URI officer. You have an accountant in life. You have a doctor. So if you are in manufacturing, you must have a UNBS officer as well. The way you have your pastor or bishop or musumba. So the same thing can work. So have these people to assist you where necessary. And then, lastly, to all startups, certification will at one time be a must. Taxation is a must. Death is a must. So those three you cannot run away if you are into business, because UNBS will not allow a product that is not certified on the market, or else the business will be shut down. URA will not allow someone who is not complying to trade. So these are a must. We need to develop a working relationship with them to see how we can live with them to make sure that we better our processes. I thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ngabirano, for sharing your journey with us.
It's a pleasure.
I think we covered everything really